Hello. We are back again. Today is the first day of the week, aka the Monday full body workout. Nothing's really changed. Maybe might have to hurry things up a little bit, so might cut volume, but highly doubt it. I can squeeze it all in if I try hard enough and stop messing around in between sets. So I thought I'd take this time to talk a little bit about my fitness journey, but yeah, I guess the fitness journey, because there's two parts to it. I'm currently in the second part of it. The first part was back in 2017. Was it 2017? It was 2017. It was November 2017, actually. It's about to be the 6-year anniversary of that. It was the last week of November. My brother and I decided to join our gym, at our local gym at the time, and we decided both to join. I was weighing at the time 282 pounds. I am 5'8" for reference, so it's a lot of extra weight there. So because of that, and deciding, you know what, it's time to cut it out, it's time to let it all go. We ended up going, and then we also decided to go in November because we also said no time like the present. We didn't want to be like we knew if we were to go in January, we weren't going to stick to it, so it might as well go immediately when the thought came up. So we instantly went, and then we started going consistently for, I would say, about until 2020. Like, there were some weeks where we'd take off for like various reasons or whatnot, but yeah, it was very consistent until February of 2020. Then stuff happened. Obviously, people know what happened there. If you didn't, look it up. But yeah, so we were pretty consistent. During that time, I had gotten down to, I think the lowest I had seen on a scale was 206, I believe. But even then, I would say that was like maybe like 2019, like the early 2019, late 2018. And then I had started gaining weight back before like the end of before the end of this first arc that happened, basically. Yeah, I was like hovering around 220, yeah, like at the end of or at the beginning of the stuff that happened in 2020. Anyways, I was about 220 by the end of that first arc. So I had started gaining back weight, but I was still going to the gym consistently. I was starting to not really mess with diet. Our programming, like, I was starting to make it so when I was dieting, I was stopping really like tracking and really caring near the end of that. I was just thinking, the weightlifting will take care of it, but obviously that's not how it works. And then programming wise, it was actually pretty decent. For some things, my form was garbage. There was a lot of like other like little factors to it, like training certain ways that, like, at the time, at the first like year we didn't know, but then afterwards we figured it out a little bit, like, making sure that we did like squats and deadlifts on different days, stuff like that. Even then, the form was relatively garbage. For not everything, for deadlifts it was fine, but it was just like, okay, it wasn't as efficient as it should have been. But at the same time, we just didn't know, and it wasn't like the information was readily available as it is today. So I mean, yeah, like there were certain YouTubers, like I remember watching Alan Thrall's video about like how to deadlift, and that changed like half the game for me and my brother at the time. So, anyways. So we ended up going to, what is it? So 2020 happened, everything closed, so we stopped going. And then at that point, I believe that we just he went and had a family, so that kind of put the kibosh at the gym slash, we didn't know what the hell was happening with the gym for a while. So, and then for me, I still wanted to work out, but the laziness of being at home 24 hours a day, unemployed, and then just doing absolutely nothing kind of killed the entire, like, wanting to work out idea. So I ended up ballooning a little bit. I ballooned up to 252, and this was at the by the end of 2021, I believe. I was at 256. Sorry, I wasn't at 252. I wish. So it was at 256 by the end of 2021. So I had decided in that December that, all right, starting 2022, I have to start working out again, and then I have to start losing weight. So I focused first on the diet, and then I was doing yoga every day, basically, for a good 2 months. And then that's when the itch for the gym started hitting again. And it was March of 2022 where I was like, all right, it's time to join. Don't care, just got to join. So went back to the gym, and then have been going ever since. Yeah, I've been going ever since. Last year, in August of 2022, I had an injury. I'm pretty sure I pulled my right quad. I believe due to poor squat mechanics, plus I overdid it a lot because I was still following some of the protocols that me and my brother were doing. So I was overdoing it. So, but yeah, my quad suffered. So I stopped. I didn't train my lower body for a good while there because of that. But now it's gotten better. I've gotten it better. The quad is almost back to normal, almost. But it's definitely one of those things that it's like I have come to accept the fact that it's probably never going to be 100% the same. So annoyingly, but whatever. It is what it is. So yeah, and now it's I have gone from 256 all the way down to what I am currently this morning, which is 192 flat. So yeah, just with a combination of dieting plus programming effectively, and really breaking down what's going on. I've noticed that I could I count calories because I can't trust myself yet to do it with just go without it. So I have to count, but it's one of those things that I've decided that, like, if I have to do forever, it's fine, because if it means being healthy and not healthy, I'd rather go with the healthy side. As well, it wasn't until the March of 2023 that I really started coming to, I have gotten better at programming to the point where I made my own program, and that was the first program I made. I used the skeleton of a natural hypertrophy full body template that he has, and then I used that, watched a shitload of his videos, and then decided to make my own. And then, yeah, I've used that ever since, and that's why, you'll see a lot of pull-ups and whatnot in there. But I've also just added things, tweaked things as time progressed. But so far, I've been liking it. My strength has gone up whilst doing it, so it's not like I've stagnated in that sense. I'm not just like a weakling. But I was weak at the beginning of it. I would say I'm much stronger now. I'm definitely bigger. Right now, my current goal is to get to 180 pounds. I'm going very slow on the cut. I was very aggressive at the beginning, trying to go for 2 pounds a week plus. Now I'm doing 1 pound a week, very, very lightly, because it had gotten to the point where I needed more food in order to hit more recovery, just because I was starting to get beat bad. But ever since March, I've been relatively consistent with the gym, with only a few days skipped for various reasons. One day it was like I went to the beach. The other day, I think it was just like I wasn't feeling good, But like it's been since I think it was like August. It's been 1 day, but every what is it? 1 day skipped, but every other what is it? But everything else, it's been pure nonstop. What is it? 3 times a week, plus adding an arm day. I think I added the arm day about like. I think it was in August I decided to add the arm day. So I do the arm day at home, so it's 4 days a week technically, but I still only count it as 3. The arm day is more of a supplementary volume. There you go. That's the real way to put it. But yeah, and right now it's a slow process, but it is a process nonetheless. And I'm looking forward to just like documenting where this is all going to go and see how my body composition has changed and whatnot. And since, like I've said in the last video, since I'm a novice, I should be able to, should be able to gain muscle whilst losing weight, because I'm still gaining my newbie muscle. What is it? Newbie gains. There you go. That's the word. So there's that. And then adding on to that being extra, like, training for size versus strength, I feel like that's a winning combination. So overall, though, I'm looking forward to seeing what I look like at 180. And why 180? I'll actually get back to that when we get to the debriefing. I'll explain why 180. But I'll see you for the workout. Thank you. Just keep watching.
First exercise of the day today, squats. Went up in weight today, very close, very close to 185, a very nice point to get to. Only got to the lower end of the rep range on this day, which is fine. Usually don't try to push it too hard when I go up in weight, but this one, particularly on this day, my knees were a little funky feeling, so I didn't push it too hard, but I still went up, and it was still pretty tough. Usually when a body part's feeling a little achy, a little shaky, I go to the lower end of the range, just so I still maintain the tonnage, but it's a little lower, and I still get a good stimulus. All right, next here we have RDLs. I am at the end of this weight, and I'm excited to jump up, but I have to hit this 4 times for 12, and which I do, spoiler alert. These felt fine. They were excellent. Really do always love doing these, especially right after squats. It's like my legs are demolished. I don't have to do anything else afterwards for legs. For the most part. Of course, calves always come into play, but that's that'll always be something there. That's me realizing I forgot to skip the song that I was on, and I needed to skip to the one I actually wanted to listen to while I did my set here. When doing these, I try to look up. I try to do my best to look up, but it doesn't always work out. I think the big thing that I had to learn hard on these was bracing the core while doing it, because there were a couple times where I actually had an issue with my lower back afterwards. Like I would just have like a stiff lower back. It also wasn't helped by that where I do my calf raises, but learning how to really brace the core and making sure that the lats are pulled back and down are really key for these. Very tiring. Also would recommend to do it with straps if you don't have the grip strength, or are training forearms separately. All right, so here's the final set of bench. Final set of bench, I actually do not make the target range for the reps. I actually only get 4 here, which is surprising. This is actually the first time I've ever something like this has happened to me. So my thought process was that once this happened, I was like, okay, so next week I'm gonna still stay in the range, or still stay with this weight, see if I can get in the range again, see if it was an abnormality. And then if it is like I can't reach it again, like I get like 544 or something like that, then I was gonna go down in weight, or I do 554, then I was gonna go down in weight. But I think if I stick to it and just stay within the rep range at this weight, even if it's at the lower end, I'm just going to try to stay there as much as possible and only desperately move weight if need be in a desperate situation. But I really want to stay at the weight because I want to maintain the tonnage as high as I can. Even if it's just 5 pounds, it's still, I want to keep it as much as I can to where it once was. Not really worried about it plateauing though. Here we have pronation curls, which are great, excellent. Actually, probably recently in a workout made me realize that this was actually probably giving me some of the bicep strain on my right that I've been feeling, because it hurt before I did it, and then when I did them, it felt fine. So usually it's if you ever are like injured or like you're thinking about like why does this hurt, and then when it hurts before, then you do it and then it doesn't hurt anymore. Realistically, that's probably what is causing the hurt, if it doesn't hurt while you're doing it at all. So because I think the blood was pumping into that part of my bicep because it's directly attached to the pronator muscle area from the forearm. So I really do think that that this was giving me some issues in the bicep area. At the lower end of the bicep area. So I will still do these pronation curls because I do enjoy them, but I think the volume I'm going to do them is going to be way less, especially with the with a couple of things that I will be getting really soon, which I will talk about in a different video. Also, one of the few unilateral movements that I have where I have to do one at a time. I don't mind doing it, but I definitely notice that my left arm is, I wouldn't say weaker, but it's just a few reps less, which I should probably really start doing first and then go to the right, so that way the right doesn't outpace the left. Just a pro tip, and also coaching for myself at this point. Gotta dig in deep. Of course, the good old calf raise. Always gotta do it. I don't, like I said, I don't love these. I just do them. I have to do them. In a later installment, like a future video, I'll probably talk about my measurements. So I will probably measure calves, neck, arms, and then waist, and then do some like hip to waist ratios, and probably do some weight comparisons, because I also I measured myself about like 6 months ago or something like that. So I have those to kind of back whatever I have off of the. I have them to like compare. There you go. That's the word. I was trying so hard to remember compare. And then these immediately follow up with rising curls, which I still will keep. I think I'm gonna not go down in. I will probably go down in volume, but I think what I'm gonna probably end up doing is I'll probably do only rising curls on like maybe like a Friday, and then only pronation curls on Monday, and then Wednesday will be well, the new thing that I'm going to get for forearm training. But that way it's a little bit distributed, and it's not all on it's not 6 sets distributed over 3 days. It's just one day where it has 4 sets, so it's technically less volume, but it'll be more concentrated on one day of just destroying the forearms, which is fine as long as it's getting different stimuluses, since the forearms are such intricate muscles. I sat here for like 5 minutes trying to say intricate. Genuinely, that's why I left the little bit right there, because I was like, how the hell, why can't I say intricate? I just like my brain was just like, stop, is really weird. It's a very weird thing to experience. Anyway, more forearm training. You can never have enough forearm training. Got to keep them up with the biceps because you don't want to make your you don't want to make your forearms look weak because you have big ass biceps and no forearms. Also, forearms come in handy in all gripping exercises. So, nearly all exercises. Next up, we have the ultra superset of pull-ups and leg raises. These pull-ups, I have been getting deeper stretches. I have been very happy with that. It has mean that I've gone down on the amount of reps I have been able to do, but I am getting a much deeper stretch than I was before. The reason why I don't go all the way is because when I do go all the way, then it becomes an arm workout, which I'm trying to avoid. But I want to get, I'm trying to slowly build up that little bit right before where the lats give out and it becomes an arm exercise more dominantly. So I'm trying to get that little bit of strength at the bottom so I can keep that going. And I think it is working, just slowly stretching it out more and more and getting the strength at the full range where the lats are concerned, at least. Leg raises, always great. I really like doing them, but they are boring. I gotta say, after a little while, I'm just counting and that's about it. I'm like, all right, let's keep it going. I take a pause every once in a while. I usually try to get to at least 13 before I take a pause, and then the pause I try to make as minimal as possible. Just get my breath. That's really it. Also, try to control the way down. That's the key for these, obviously. Just control the way down because too many people I see swing them. It's just, you're not really doing anything if you're swinging your legs up and down. And then finally, a seated machine row from the top. I've actually seen people use this with neutral grip handles, which seem very interesting. I actually would like to try that, but I did not have those. The machine next to it was being used by someone, which is the one I personally like to use, but I had already started my sets on these, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna use these. And here you can see I tried to go really slow with the eccentric, they're the negative, just trying to let it really stretch out my back and lats. Really dig deep and then just let it stretch it out. I don't necessarily love this version of it. I like the lower version more, but I needed some of the volume and I did not want to skip this machine, so I just went with the alternative.
All right, workout debriefing. Workouts skipped. Actually, workouts not filmed. Dead hangs, obviously, and what was it? Leg extensions. It was more for prehab, and they're kind of boring because I hold them and whatever. Maybe one day I'll record it, and talk over it, but it's really nothing too crazy. And then the workouts not record. What is it? Workouts skipped. We didn't do the pec deck. We as in the royal we. If you get that reference, let me know. Yeah, did not do the pec deck, mostly because the two that they have were full, so couldn't do it. So then after, just decided to call it, did a variation of the machine row. It's from the top down. I usually do it from like a horizontal pull versus a top pull down. But I did that variation because the other one was being used, so I was like, whatever, screw it. So yeah, I was thinking about, before I was in the car, I was talking about, in the briefing, I was talking about why I wanted to get to 180, and I would discuss it right now. And
I actually thought about it because I was like, why do I want to get to 180? There's probably like multiple factors to it in reality, but I would just say like the top three are probably that one, I like the sound of saying like 5'8", 180 pounds. I like that. Just aesthetically, it pleases my ears, and I like that. One, two, I am a fan of either ending in fives or zeros. I'm a weird, numbers guy like that, where it's like, if something ends in a 7, not a fan. If something ends in like a 3, not a fan. Well, 3 depending, but that's just because 3 is my favorite. What is it? Is my lucky number. But if it's something else, what is it? If I would like it to end in either a 5 or a 0, just for like weird autistic like tendencies with numbers or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but as well, and that was like number 2, and then number 3, I was thinking about it, and I was like, is there really like anything other reason why? I mean, like technically, I should probably weigh less than 180, but I like 180 in that I feel like I'll be able to go into a maintenance mode for a little while at that weight, and kind of resculpture. What is that word I'm looking for? Recomp for a while at 180 without losing too much mass, and then from there I can come back up and slowly bulk, because eventually I would like to bulk from there, but I guess I'll see what 180 looks like. Am I expecting to see visible abs at 180? Not really. Would I like to see visible abs at 180? Yeah. But am I going to keep dieting until I see abs? Probably not. If anything, I might go under, a little bit under 180, just because I know I want to get to, I know that my weight, when I'm full of like foods and like carbs and like water and whatnot, I usually add about 2 to 3 pounds. So when I'm depleted, those 2 to 3 pounds go like that. So just shoot it a little under, like a 177, something like that. So then when I bounce back, I can bounce back at 180 and then stay there. My plan is to stay there for a little bit, at least three to 4 months, depending. Probably longer, honestly. Probably until summertime, and then see where it goes from there. But I want to stay there until I have to. I want to stay there at 180 until I have to change it. Until either I know that my body is done recomping, or until something really happens where I'm like, it's time to start eating more calories, which I don't mind doing. But I'm also like, I've been fat for such a long time in my life that I want to be, quote, skinny for at least a little bit before I start eating again. And I don't know how my appetite will be at 180 because right now it is the appetite of a man who used to weigh 250 pounds. So it's a little big sometimes, especially like post gym. I could eat a whole chicken if you put it in front of me right now. But what am I going to eat? Not that. Probably like 4 eggs or something like that. So, I'm going to have to, we'll see how it all pans out. But I'm looking forward to getting to the 180. Do I think I'm going to have my dream physique at 180? No, not at all. But I want to just get to that number because it's a number that I've always thought about, because I'm like, wow, this is 100 pounds away from whenever I was my biggest. 102 pounds. 102 pounds is like a full adult human, which is crazy. Woman, if you're a dude that weighs 102, we got a lot of problems there. But, I'm looking forward to Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving workout. It's going to be nice. Try to get as much stuff in before, because the gym will be packed on Wednesday, because usually right before holidays, always packed. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. Please go hit the gym up if you haven't already. And like, subscribe, whatever. I don't really care. But please, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Good luck. God bless. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.